Okay.
Okay, so you're safe, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
You're in the eastern side of the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If anyone's here from Jamaica or Cuba, just running in the Bahamas, man, they got hit as well. I'd love to hear from someone from that side, from the more northwest side of the Caribbean, calling in. So
yeah, and what?
Go on.
One thing I found out today is that the tunnel that's in New York, that underground tunnel that you have to go under, which is underwater, that's actually flooded, which I heard today, and now they have other ways of transportation to get people around. But it seems like with all this going on, like Elder Ricardo was bringing forth, they have everybody, in the house. And the house is stuck with no electricity. And the information that he was bringing out, but somehow, somewhere this week, I kind of, not me myself, but, landed on something or heard about that as well. What he was bringing forth.
Okay. So you say you heard about this before during the week?
Yeah, in the Rockefeller, it's a Rockefeller PDF.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. A matter of fact, this storm was also in the Rockefeller PDF that was put together, 2010.
Yeah, that's the PDF me and the brother in front had sent you.
Yes. I've seen it. So it's showing all the plans of the Rockefellers to enslave the planet. Right. And next thing you know, you'll have your so-called global warming cohorts, coming out, these so-called global warming experts blaming this storm on global warming or climate change. Yeah, it's a climate change. Why? Because you're going into the fall. This don't have anything to do with these people are engineering storms. This have nothing to do with climate change, but they want to bring in climate change because this is the way in which the bankers can tax you and charge you more for the things you're paying now, and you don't have enough to pay for what you have now. So they're gonna claim that if you pay more, you'll use less, and you'll help the earth and the environment, and you'll have less storms. But really, the gangsters are saying, if you don't pay us more money, we're gonna slam you with more storms. That's what the global warming community is about.
Yeah, Elder Roca, I think maybe you could run down through that PDF. Maybe if you're willing. On the Sabbath, because that goes into something that they're going to bring forth later on as well. They're going to come out with another flu. So it could be good heads up for the people so they could be aware of that.
Yes. I'll revisit the Sabbath. This is just to document it, put it down, let everyone know that they're telling you what they're going to do to you. But really, right. This is them ushering in their full program. All right, okay. This is it. All right. Okay. Well, thank you, brother, and you stay safe. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, Gocc, you're welcome, brother. Gocc, before you bring the next person in, I want to play something and see if you all can hear this.
Including a look at the paths this storm is expected to take.
I would like to show you why this Frankenstorm may be changing its trajectory. This is a 3-hour IntelliCast loop ending at 5 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, October 26, 2012, of Hurricane Sandy. I want to show you chem dumps that are actually showing up on satellite imagery in Hurricane Sandy or Frankenstorm. These are not illuminated by the sun. This is the middle of the night. These are chem dumps that are being dumped in this storm. As you can see, there is also a persistent stationary chemtrail. On this 3-day loop of Sandy, ending yesterday, we notice that she is hit on the southwest portion next to the eye with aerosol dumps, chem dumps. Can you see? There it is, the chem dump. One more time, as she emerges, she's hit with a chem dump to get her going again. You'll notice she begins to die down, and when she does, another aerosol dump. Now I'm going to show you Hurricane Sandy, fast and furious. Do you see the coastline of North Carolina, South Carolina, all the chemtrails that are fast and furiously put there on the edge of Hurricane Sandy? Now come up here. Look at all of this infrasonic undulation you've got it going on up here, you've got it going up down here in North Carolina, all of the infrasonic undulation going on. And what does infrasonic undulation do? It pushes the storm. Look at the direction of the infrasonic undulation. It is pushing that storm east-northeast and causing a greater velocity in that storm. Let's investigate the rest of the storm. You can see in the storm, the chemtrail. You can see it quite obviously. Now look at this. More sonic undulation. This sonic undulation.
Let me break down what this is, and you can actually go to YouTube and see it yourself. It says Hurricane Sandy man-made, TTA H.A.A.R.P. HAARP. Hurricane Sandy man-made. Type that in YouTube. Why? You have a sister here. I think it says the countdown backup is the YouTube page, in which she actually have actual film of them using chemtrails and using chemical dumps around the storm to speed it up so it can continue to be guided through HAARP. So if they see the storm not going to a certain direction, they'll send their planes out to add more metal to it, to add more barium and aluminum, so that now they can steer it, just like you would do with a magnet and a piece of metal.
Well, you know, listen to this.
Yes.
If you look at the track, right? You know, the projected path in which Sandy took, right?
Yes.
One, for this time of the year, it's unusual. Okay?
Very unusual.
First thing. Second, again, the track came more like from Colombia rather than coming from the Eastern Caribbean. Now, we just spoke to Gabar before, right? Down in Antigua.
Yes.
Normally before any storm hit, say, Jamaica or anywhere, those islands down in the Eastern Caribbean are at risk first, because the storm builds up, say, coming from Africa, coming up, follow the east, come up, come Jamaica, and heads into like the Gulf of Mexico, around there. This storm moved totally different. This storm went from the south, like I said, coming from the south of Colombia, coming up past Jamaica. It hit Jamaica directly on the south. All right. Now, for those of you who don't know, when the hurricanes come to Jamaica coming from the east, we have the Blue Mountain, which is 7,500 feet above sea level, that breaks that wind. So Kingston and these areas don't get affected that much, because that mountain breaks off that hurricane. Now this came up direct up, hitting the island directly on the south coast. So right now on the southeast coast, it has been destroyed. And when you look into parts of Cuba, the Bahamas, coming up into Florida, all the way up. You know, I've never really seen a hurricane take this path. You understand me? And if you know anything about the movement of air current, it takes a lot of warm air for a hurricane to develop. So you're going up into New York, going up into Canada. These places at this time of the year are cold, so it's very hard to sustain that hurricane type of system. Has anyone ever seen? Anyone noticed that?
You are exact, and there's experts out there saying the same thing, all online. They're saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They've never seen a storm take this path before.
No, it's never happened. No.
You understand why? Because this storm have been controlled through the H.A.A.R.P system. It's been controlled. It's contrived. This is live theater. They're just using real people.
Mm-hmm.
It's live theater. And it's a pretext to destroy people, to take the resources from people, and to move them into certain areas under Agenda 21. That's where we are right now. Like it was just mentioned, some of these people will never go back to their homes in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And what will happen to the value? Just say if your house was worth anything before, think about what it will be worth after water damage. Who can afford flood insurance?
Mm-hmm.
Flood insurance is almost impossible to buy because it's so expensive. And who's to say that a storm will ever come?
Mm-hmm.
So the majority of people there don't have flood insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So if your house was worth anything before over there, you've just been taken from your lifeline. Usually your house is your greatest asset. That's where you can actually take finances from to help in other areas and to stabilize your life. So I'm going to tell you, brothers and sisters, on every level, this was a serious weapon. Okay, why? Because Sandy is just a cover for what they're doing through their technology and science. Sandy is just a cover. But them cutting off the nuclear reactors, drilling under the ground, causing certain things to happen, Sandy is just a cover. The same way Katrina was the cover, while Black Ops went in and blew the levees that flooded the wards down there in Louisiana. All right? So the doctor will be on in about 10-15 minutes. He just called in. So when he called, we're going to shift this to his story so that, we said that we would have him come on because the government is trying to push against this brother who's a known herbologist, and that we would open up the line so if brothers and sisters have any questions on how to heal certain things, he would answer. So we still want to get him in. So in about 10-15 minutes, Azariah, if you see him on, let him right in, and we'll begin from that point with him. But in the meantime, let's open up the lines for more people. I know they're waiting, and see if we can have get some more reports on this.
I think the doc is in. So while the doc comes in, I'm looking to take the next caller and get Azariah just put the doc in the seat for me and get the mic straight. Oh, okay, here he is. Found him here yet? Hello, Dr. Truman.